Africa.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Today I'm going to do a little story time. Story time, it sounds so weird. I'm going to tell you guys about how I went to Russia in 2018 World Cup for completely free. This was probably the craziest and best experience of my life so far, so that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. And I never really got the chance to. I know it's 2020, it's almost 2 years later, but I thought why not make a video on it because you guys might be interested in seeing this. For those of you guys that don't know, I run an Instagram account that has 189k followers right now, but it is slowly decreasing over time. I used to actually have 200k, and then I took a 6-month break and I lost around 10,000 followers, and it's still decreasing. I don't know why. People just don't like my content or something. It all started on Tuesday, March 27th, 2018 at 10:17 a.m. when I received an email from, I don't know if he wants me to say his name, but I received an email from this company, and it says, "Hi, my name is Z." I'm just going to refer to him as Z. "My name is Z and I work for a soccer marketing agency, blah blah blah. I want to reach out because I have a potential opportunity from a major brand and FIFA sponsor. They are offering a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go to Russia and participate in the pre-game ceremony for a key World Cup match featuring Mexico. As part of this experience, you will be treated to a 4-day, 3-night, all-expenses paid trip from June 25th to June 28th to Yekaterinburg, I hope I pronounced that right, Russia. As part of this commitment, you will need to post content on your social media channels, as well interact and consume the sponsored brand's product." When I first received this email, I thought it was kind of sketchy because how can something like this be completely true? How can I get an all-expenses paid trip and go to the World Cup just for free? Like, how? How is that possible? So for a while I was like thinking, is this actually true? I was getting a little too excited because I was thinking to myself, I don't know if this will actually end up happening, but as you can tell, it actually did. But then we just kept on emailing back and forth between us and this company, and we got all the paperwork done, like the fan ID for the World Cup and everything else, and everything was set. And the next step was going to Russia. So on June 24th, I flew out from San Francisco to New York, and I stayed at a hotel with everyone. I got to meet everyone else that was part of the program, all the company and all the other influencers that were doing it with me. And then the next day we flew out to Russia. Throughout this whole trip there was a camera crew following us because they were creating a series for Telemundo, and I actually had to speak some Spanish in this. I had to put my Spanish 4 honors into work here. You can tell how perfect my Spanish is.
Me llamo Kai. El juego de mañana y ver a los fanáticos.
On the 25th and 26th, while we were in Russia, we did a lot of traveling and just exploring Yekaterinburg, looking at the monuments there, some museums. We just did pretty much the sightseeing those 2 days. Then on the 27th, we practiced for the flag. We practiced the walkout with the flag and what exactly we had to do. It looks super simple, but then you guys don't realize that there are so many steps behind this, and they're so strict behind it because if we mess up, it would look so bad for the cameras and stuff. But like, they're so strict about it, how you have to hold the flag, how the timing of when you walk out and stuff. I just remember being like so bored at this thing while we were practicing because we did it for hours, just going out, practicing, going out again, around. Like, it was painful, but like in the end it was definitely worth it by far. Oh, and I have a fun story to tell you guys about the hotel while we were staying in Russia. So I was staying at this, it was just a regular hotel that we were staying at. I was rooming with Ian, and I think it was around 11 o'clock at night, and it was while the World Cup was going on, obviously. So I was trying to watch the World Cup games and everything. We were watching, I don't remember which game it was, but we were watching one of the World Cup games, and I was on my bed just laying down, and then Ian was standing up for some reason, and we hear a knock on our door. We are like, what? Who's knocking on our door at 11 p.m.? Like, maybe it's someone from the company that wants to talk to us. But Ian opens the door and it's like these Russian police. I didn't talk to the police at all, but I remember Ian opening the door and they didn't even have a long conversation. It was like a 15-second conversation with the police, and then they just, for some reason, I don't know why they were there, but they just left. It was super weird. It was like out of nowhere. My camera died, so I had to go. I was just sitting in front of the camera for 20 minutes just going like this, but now it's all wasted. Viva Russia! I don't know which part I stopped at, but I'm just gonna explain the game day and what happened. So on the 26th and 27th, the game was on the 27th, but on the 26th and 27th, we practiced the flag ceremony outside of the stadium as well as inside the stadium. Then we went to the stadium like 3 hours before the match to get some more practice in before the game, because they didn't want us to mess this up.
Hey, nice shoes.
Thank you.
Hey.
I think we had lunch at the stadium. They had like some buffet with like pizza and french fries and stuff like that. And they had like this room where you could just relax and play FIFA. So I played some FIFA with some Russian guys and against some Russian guys. And then we also played some Uno. But then it came to game time and we went out to the tunnel, or just outside of the tunnel. We walked towards there and I just see the players walk past me. I just see like Chicharito and Lozano, Lindelof, all these professional players walk past me, and I was like, these players like 2 feet away from me. And it was just so crazy. They look so big. They look so big in person. And then we waited in the tunnel for like, I think 20 minutes while they were in the locker room discussing whatever the tactics and all that. And they came out, they stood in their line, and we were just holding the flag in front of them like this. They were like 5 feet behind us, all these players lined up to go out for the match. And I was just standing there staring at them like, is this really happening? Like, I'm at the World Cup 10 feet away from these guys, and 5-10 feet away from these guys, and I'm about to go in the field. I wasn't ready. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous. I don't know why I was nervous. I wasn't playing the game, but I was just nervous to go in the field, and I didn't want to mess it up. And we walked up the stairs, followed our procedure like this, and then took a left and sat down. And I just sat down and just took a look at the whole stadium, and I wish I could have taken a video of how beautiful it was, but like that atmosphere was just insane. Oh, and when I forgot to mention, when I walked out, all you could hear was super loud, and it was so sick. It felt like I was a player at that moment. Like, I can't explain to you guys how amazing that was. I said I wanted to take a video of when I was down there on the pitch. I was actually thinking about taking my phone and putting it in my pocket, and then while like the players were walking out or something, I would like film it. And I wish I took that video, but they didn't want us to. I actually asked if I could, and they were like super strict about that, and they said they would like I don't know, do something about it if they ended up seeing me pull my phone out. And then it came to the national anthem, and all the Mexican players turned, stared at the flag, and at that moment I felt like they were all staring at me. The whole stadium was looking at the flag. Everyone on TV was staring at the flag, at these 6 kids holding the flag like this, and I felt like all the players were just staring at me, even though they weren't there looking at the flag. But I feel like I remember Chicharito just like winking at me. I don't know if it was at me, but I just remember something like that, and I went crazy in my head. I was freaking out, and the atmosphere was just so crazy during that national anthem. I remember my ears, like, I thought they were gonna pop or something because the fans were just super loud. I'll play a video for you guys. Telling myself, I'm like, I have to do something to stand out on TV, so I went like this, but it was blocked by the flag on TV, but I put it on my leg like that. You can't see like this, and you can see in the pictures, and then afterwards we got up and we walked towards the exit, and I remember just like seeing all the fans around. It felt like I was a player again, like walking out the tunnel. I just remember waving at the fans and they were all waving back, and it was super funny. And then after that, obviously we had the game, which Mexico Mexico lost 3-0 to Sweden. But I do remember Mexico wasn't gonna go, all the Mexican fans thought they weren't gonna go through because Sweden was beating them, and they thought Germany would beat Korea. But when Korea scored against Germany, all the Mexican fans went crazy, started throwing all their beers up. And I remember getting hit in the head with the beer and stuff, and I was like, what's going on? Like, why are they celebrating but they're losing 3-0? And I realized that obviously both Mexico and Sweden were now going through to the next round. So both teams were super happy, both fans were happy. That was pretty much the peak of the trip right there. And then afterwards, we went back to the hotel, slept, and next day everyone flew back home. And we had to post a little bit more after that, I think. But it was every day 5 posts, as I'd said. So that was a total of like 20 posts overall. I still have them on my page, but I could delete them now if I wanted to, but I don't really care. I just like to have them as like a memory, I guess. But that was pretty much it. If you guys like that little story time, I don't like saying story time, it feels like I'm telling a bedtime story or something, but if you guys want more like stories like that, just let me know in the comments. I don't know what I could tell you guys about, but if I do think of something and if you guys enjoy it, if this gets some good numbers, then maybe I'll do another one of something, I don't know.